What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about what if Naruto had godly powers. Let's get into the video. We start the video off with Madara getting stabbed through the heart with a sword by Hashirama, as Madara was floating through the water, and he used Izanagi to keep himself alive. I think that's what he did. I don't really know, but yeah. He used Izanagi to keep himself alive, as when he did this, Madara had went and frick. Madara had landed in one of eight countries called Sun Country, as there he met Momo Uzumaki. I'm going to show you her right now. Okay guys, this is Momo Uzumaki, also Kushina's, her twin sister, but their eye colors are just different, so that's how people can tell them apart. But usually when their back is turned, you can never tell who is who. So yeah, that's why they look alike, which is also why I call them twins. Now, now, after Madara met Momo, Momo eventually started training even more harder when she met Madara, as Madara not secretly started to develop feelings for Momo. When Madara told Momo about his feelings, she laughed a bit before she kissed him on the lips, as we do a time skip, and while in that time skip, they got married, do the thing, and have kids. One of those. Now we go to the realm of the gods, as we see this right here, people, is Zodic. That's it. Or we can call him Zodic Omni, as he is the son of Zeno. Although, because he is human, his powers are kind of limited, as he wasn't born how any other humans were born. See, he was simply created with the purpose to replace Zeno, as he had got half of Zeno's full power, but not all of it, as yeah, he may have Zeno's DNA in him, but you couldn't get all of Zeno's DNA. Hold on. Okay guys, as I was saying, this is Zodic, as he didn't really get all of Zeno's powers. Yeah, he can destroy universe pretty well, like any destroyer, because before he became a god, like the Omni King, he was training to be a destroyer god before he became an actual god like the Omni King. Although he may have, although his powers, like I said, are limited, because he can make a universe, but when he does, he's nearly drained for half a year, and he can barely do anything else. His powers, like I said, are very limited. And we now go to his wife, which is the time god. Okay guys, this right here is Koku, as she is the god of time, and she married my bad guys, sorry for that, as she married the Omni King. Now, they were discussing things of the universe when when she, the, when Koku said, "Dear, you know you won't live forever. You are still human, and even though you weren't created by no human means, this means that your time is very limited. Although you have a few thousand years on you left." As we go back to Zodic, the Omni King, as he says, "I know, dear, but what do you expect me to do? I don't have any children of my own, and the kids that we do make don't really end up too well. As you see, one of them ended up destroying a whole universe. The other, well, I'd rather not talk about it." "I know, dear, but we need at least someone to replace you. Is he of your blood or not?" As Zodic, rather have his blood than anyone else, being Omni King, as people can be corrupted, especially humans with such power. As Zodic said, "Hold on. Okay, how about this? How about me and you make our own child? Although, except how we would usually make our child with our powers. We're going to do it the normal human way, as to make sure they don't end up completely insane or, well, destructive like the other children." As Koku blushed and decided fine, as they did it, and when they did it, only the pregnancy for Koku only lasted for 1 month. Then she is the god of time, as she saw that he was human, but she saw that he was human like his father, but had godlike powers like Ultra Instinct and many other things. As they needed to send him to a planet, a different planet, a universe where he can stabilize his power, because this power is too much for the universe to simply control. As sooner or later it's going to get everywhere, and a universe might end up being destroyed, and they don't want that to happen. So they reincarnate Naruto into Momo Uzumaki, as she had been expecting not just one child, but twins, secretly, without knowing that one of those isn't actually hers and Madara's, but technically also is, since, it did come from her and Madara. As when Naruto and hold on, I need to drink some. My throat is getting kind of dry here. Okay, I'm back. Jesus Christ. Okay, now, as I was saying, technically Naruto is and isn't their child, but he also is, as we go back to Momo and Madara as Madara was as Madara was with his wife as he was watching her give birth, as Madara put had went to doctors and put them under his control, making sure after they give birth to his children, then they won't remember anything ever happening as they go back to their normal lives. This is when, after they're born, we're gonna do a little time skip here. As Naruto had been training, he was trained by his father as well as by his mother. As his father, he had this ramen gun, but from his mother, he got a long lifespan, as well as massive chakra reserves, and also her chakra chains. As Naruto is pretty OP, and Naruto was training one day when Madara found out the perfect way to make sure his son unlocks his Mangekyo Sharingan. Also, this is Naruto's twin sister. As if you're wondering why Naruto has white hair and golden eyes, Madara's grandmother wasn't really a part of the clan, as Madara's grandmother wasn't really a part of the clan, so yeah. But she did marry into the clan from stopping the Uchihas and her clan from having a war, as they were already fighting the Senjus. As Madara thought, the golden type eyes came from her. The white hair probably came from Momo's father, as he too had been born with white hair. It's pretty common for Uzumakis to be born with different type of hair colors, but it's normally rare, but also pretty common. But the most common of them all is red hair. As we go back to Naruto. Okay, we're gonna do this again. As Naruto was training outside, he was called by his mother. As Naruto goes into his house to see his father over the body of his dead mother and sister. As Naruto had already unlocked his Three-Tomo Sharingan at a young age. Naruto at this age was 8, as he already had the full Tomo Sharingan. At the age of 3, Naruto had already unlocked his Sharingan, which surprised everyone, as he was the youngest Uchiha to ever unlock their Sharingan. At the age of 4, Naruto unlocked his 2-Tomo Sharingan when his sister nearly fell off from a cliff, as it wasn't a deep cliff to kill someone, but since they're children, they thought it was pretty deep. So yeah, as when Naruto was about 6, he had finally unlocked his final Tomo, as he was training with his father when his father went all out on him and eventually, get the 5 style, and Naruto had to think quick, so he ended up unconsciously unlocking the 3-Tomo Sharingan. Okay, now back to the story. Naruto seeing this, his eyes started spinning, and his eyes started spinning, and they had turned into these eyes on the top left or right, whatever, I don't care. As you can see, it says Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan and his abilities. As Naruto, as his Sharingan was spinning pretty fast, so at that point, Naruto just started getting even more and more mad because, you know, this was his father, the closest person he had to family. He didn't know about the Uchiha clan or any other clan. He just knew him and his father and his mother and his sister. That's all the people he knew about. As when Madara saw Naruto's eyes, as he was only 8, and his eyes shifted to the Mangekyo Sharingan as Madara was already proud of his son. Hold on. Okay guys, I am back. So, as I was saying, Naruto's Sharingan eyes started spinning really fast and they turned into his Mangekyo Sharingan. His abilities are half Susanoo, Kamui, and Amaterasu. As even when he unlocks his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, he will still have these abilities. As Madara got in a fighting stance as well as Naruto, but he was thinking irrationally, so he just attacked Madara because he thought he saw his dead mother and sister on the floor because of Madara, his own father, and he wanted revenge. So they had a fight, and we're just gonna skip the fight because I'm a bit lazy to do it right now. I don't feel like it. After the fight, Madara had told his son it was just a genjutsu that he had put on him. And his sisters and his sister and mother weren't actually dead. They were actually just put to sleep by Madara, as he had put his son in the genjutsu to make it look like they were dead and that they weren't actually dead. So Naruto kind of got mad at this, and he had asked his dad why did he do it, and said because now he has the ultimate eyes, nearly the complete version of the Sharingan, the Mangekyo Sharingan. As Madara trained Naruto even harder than he did before, as Naruto was way, and I mean way more powerful than Madara was. Oh my god. As at the age of 10, Naruto could fully fight blindfolded, as this was his way of fighting blindly. As Madara wanted Naruto to train using his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, but he didn't have his Mangekyo yet, since, he didn't have his Mangekyo anymore since he used Izanagi. As Madara thought of his student that he had taught, which name is Obito, as he had secretly trained Obito as well, and he was going to train him to complete his plan of the infinite Tsukiyomi, but stopped as he had met Momo Uzumaki, and she stopped him from doing so. So Madara just let it happen. He told Obito to forget about the plan, killed Black Zetsu, and just stopped. Well, he didn't kill Black Zetsu. He thought he killed Black Zetsu, but he didn't. As Black Zetsu was still alive. We now go to Madara as Madara had managed to steal Kakashi's eye without him noticing it. Well, Kakashi noticed that his eye was gone, but he had lost it in a mission as they had easily replaced that Sharingan with a different Sharingan, which wasn't Obito's but was someone else, as the Sharingan was the Sharingan of a random Uchiha, but this Sharingan didn't have a Mangekyo stage. It was just a regular Sharingan, and that was it. As Madara had implanted Obito's eyes into Naruto, as Madara also decided, instead of leaving Obito alive, he just killed him. Like, he didn't care anymore and just straight up killed Obito, and that was it. Naruto got so strong to the point he could easily beat Madara without even using his Susanoo. Actually, he could beat Madara. He didn't even have to use his Sharingan. In fact, he could be blind and still beat Madara with ease, as Madara in the past would have thought he trained his son a bit too well and would have killed him. As Madara knew this, but because of Momo, he didn't, and decided to let his son live and have a normal life. As Madara had infused Naruto with Hashirama cells, and normally this would have made him unlock World Release like Madara had, as well as the Rinnegan, but instead of that, it gave him something more powerful than the Rinnegan, as while Madara had put in the Hashirama DNA, or Hashirama cells, Naruto had his Sharingan activated the whole time, and because of it, Naruto's Sharingan kept spinning and would have turned into the Mangekyo, but instead it turned to crimson red, and he unlocked the Rinne Sharingan. Now let me get to Naruto's internal Sharingan abilities as well as his Rinne Sharingan. Naruto's internal Sharingan, or internal Mangekyo Sharingan, can do perfect Susanoo, Tsukiyomi, Kimotsu Matsukami, Izanumi, and Izunagi. And Naruto's Rinne Sharingan abilities is Infinite Tsukiyomi, can teleport himself and others to alternate dimensions, and can also teleport himself anywhere he wants. As this is kind of Naruto's abilities. And every time he used the Rinne Sharingan, the Tomos wouldn't disappear because he overused them, because basically Naruto has the chakra of, well, a god. He already has enough chakra to last him for days. He doesn't really need basically, his Rinnegan doesn't need to recharge like Sasuke's Rinne Sharingan. all his Sharingan needs to do, all Naruto needs to do is keep hold of it, and nothing's going to happen. Hold on, guys, I need to do something. Okay, guys, I'm back. That is all of Naruto's internal Mangekyo Sharingan abilities, as well as his Sharingan abilities. Naruto, if he wants, can also go to the Kamui dimension, which he now owned instead of, oh my god, bro, which he now owns instead of Obito. As Naruto can go intangible, whatever he wants. And unlike Obito, where his has a limit, his does not. As Naruto, like I said, is pretty OP. Like I said, he's godlike. People will see this man as the next god of Shinobi. As Naruto is way more powerful than even even Madara and Hashirama combined. As Madara and as well as Hashirama would have a pretty hard time as well as a challenge defeating Naruto. Now we go to Naruto, as he is now 12 years old, and he doesn't, as Naruto's parents had died of old age, as Naruto now lives with his older sister. As even though they are twins, even though they're twins, Naruto is the younger one, while his sister is, instead of making them twins, I'm gonna make them, different type of sibling type of twins. So yeah, even though they're brother and sister, they are different type of twins, as his sister is 2 years older than Naruto, and Madara as well as Momo had told Naruto to take care of his sister, as well as his sister to take care of Naruto. Naruto is now at a bar with his sister, as his sister was talking, as his sister went to the bathroom while he was still there at the bar waiting for his sister. As Naruto had seen Tsunade Senju, as he had known that is the granddaughter of Hashirama Senju, basically drinking her life away. As Naruto scoffed in his head and didn't mind Tsunade, as she did not mind him at all. Some people question why Naruto was in the bar in the first place, but he just ignored them and took them to mind their business. Naruto also had taken the liberty of calling himself the strongest, as although his sister was strong, she wasn't as strong as him. As she could develop the Sharingan, but she never wanted to develop it completely. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. As Naruto's sister never really wanted to develop the Sharingan, as she was perfectly fine with it being just 3 Tomo or Mangekyo Sharingan. She wasn't really obsessed with being the most powerful ninja, as she could rival Tsunade and easily beat her in a fight with out of sweat actually. So they weren't really worried on who they were going to face and when they were going to face them. Although they weren't ever interested in going to the village that him and that they weren't ever interested that their father and his prince and the person that he called a rival had made, as they weren't really interested in Konoha and instead were more interested in just living their life how they wanted to. And this I'm gonna end off the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.